to move walls, as you can see. Now in this example I have an extrusion in the wall. Let's say I want to move this wall here. I want to change the length of this, but I want to move this wall down without affecting the size of these walls. That's very simple to do. What you do is you right click on the wall you want to move, choose move. I'm going to go ahead and click on this 37 3/16 wall. What this allows me to do is it allows me to move this wall without affecting the other three walls. Now again, what I can do is I can actually sneak up around the screen like this. If you notice, the mouse is not affected here. If I take, since it's a mouse-driven program, if I take this wall back this way, it's going to mess your walls up. So what you do is you take the mouse up around the screen and simply type in what you want here. Like in this case, 38 inches, and it places that wall in at 38 inches. Now if you want to move this wall and change the length of this wall, very easy. Again, you can do that. You can right-click on the wall, come to move, and click on this wall. Let me try that again. And it allows you to move this wall here. Again, you notice your distance here. In this case, you can come over here and simply type in what you want. So again, it's very easy to move walls once you understand the concept. You right-click on the wall, choose your function, and then choose the wall that you want it to move along. Now I'll show you how to resize a wall. Resizing the wall can be used for resizing from one end of the wall, but not necessarily between 2 points. Again, we start with the 120 inch by 120 inch wall. But let's say I want to move this wall here to a different length. Again, you right-click on the wall, choose Wall 2, click Resize, and then you'll see these blue buttons on the end of the wall. You click on the end of the blue button, and it opens up your edit box again. Or you can use your mouse. Again, you can slide around your screen, come up here, type in the distance you want, let's say it's 125, and hit enter. So again, it's very easy to resize your walls. You can do that on the end of any wall. If you had a wall that came out like this, came down like this here, and you try to resize this, what it's going to do is going to affect the wall here. Let me show you that. I've gone ahead and drawn an extrusion in here. Now I'm going to show you how not to resize this section here. This is where you want to use the move. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to right-click on the wall here, click on Resize, and then click on the end of this blue button. If you notice, what it does, it actually angles that wall. So that's the wrong way to resize that wall. This is where you'd want to do the move. Now you'll see how to extrude a wall. A wall extrusion is for something like a pipe chase, or if you're doing a box window to the outside of the wall. Extrusions are very easy to do, again, once you understand how to do them. To do an extrusion, you simply, again, right-click on the wall, choose Extrude, and you'll see it shows a blue dot here. What this blue dot represents is where the wall extrusion is going to start. If you notice on the left, you have a left and a right where you can set that extrusion. So let's say in this case I want to set it at 42 inches. Hit enter, and what it's going to do is it's going to start drawing your first extrusion. Now you notice that what it does with the mouse, it's actually drawn your extrusion. You can go outside or inside, and we'll just follow your mouse. But what you need to know if you're going to use your keyboard to set the mouse, if you go up this way or you go over this way, you notice how it draws it follows where you're going. So if you want to draw an extrusion to the front, what you need to do, again, since it's a mouse-driven program, you need to come down to the bottom, follow your screen over here, and you can simply type in what you want. The width is going to be the total width of the extrusion. The depth, of course, is going to be the depth. So in this case, it's 136, but we can actually do it at a different depth. And the space is going to be the space that's left on, in this case, the right-hand side. You'll see that those dimensions line up. But I can override those. What you want to type in is you want to type in either a width or a space. You don't want to type in both. If you type in a width and then you put a space in, the space will override the width. So let's go ahead and type in 12 inches. Make it 12 inches deep, and hit enter. You'll notice it puts a 12 by 12 extrusion into the design. Now if you do an extrusion and it's the wrong size, you can either undo it or again use your move to set the extrusion to what you need. Now I'm going to show you to add a wall to an existing wall. It's very easy to do. The reason you typically add a wall is to draw a peninsula into a design. In this case, we're going to add a wall to the top wall. So again, you right-click on the wall, choose Wall 2, click on Add Walls, and this works the same way on Add Construction Lines. Construction lines are basically for drawing peninsulas where you have a panel backer on the back of the cabinet instead of having an actual wall behind the cabinets. So anyway, we're going to click on Add Wall. If you notice that blue dot shows up like it did in extrusion, and again you have the left and the right. You can slide your mouse over. Let's in this case type in 96 inches, hit Enter. Now what it's going to do is your mouse is going to set the way the wall goes. If you start drawing down this way, it's going to draw inside the room. If you were to take the mouse and draw it the other direction, it's going to draw outside the room. Now once you've started dragging your mouse one direction, you can't change that direction, so make sure you're dragging it the right way. Now what I can do is, if you notice your length right here, you can type in your length. You can also change the angle if you chose to. If you want to make that into a 135, you could do that. In this case, I'm going to type in just 96 inches, and it creates a 96-inch wall with zones on with the back side of the wall. This next section, we're going to cover continuing walls. The difference between continuing walls and adding walls is very distinct. When you add a wall, it only allows you to come within 4 inches of this wall, so you're going to lose a total of 4 inches off this distance. What you want to do is, if you want to create like a return wall, you want to go ahead and right-click on the wall, click Continue Wall, and what that does, it maintains your distance here and adds it to the end of the wall. It actually adds the thickness of your wall to the very end of this wall. Now again, you can right-click on this to change your angle if you want, just like you're doing when you're drawing new walls. Right-click to set your angle. You can use your keyboard. In this case, we'll set this at 27 inches, and I can hit Enter. What it's going to do is going to continue drawing your next wall. Again, you can click back out here, or hit your Escape key to end the drawing. Very simple to do. If you notice, it does not set a placement zone on the outside of this wall, and we'll get into placement zones, the importance of placement zones in just a minute. We will now go over wall attributes. Wall attributes is where you can change the characteristics of each wall. In this example, I've added a 60-inch wall to the 120-inch wall. Let's make the wall height of the 60-inch wall into a pony wall, so I'll make it 40.5 inches high. The way you do this is simply right-click on the wall. You simply right-click on the wall, choose Attributes. In this case, it gives me the ability to change my wall thickness. So let's change this wall thickness to 12 inches. Let's say in this case it's a 12-inch thick wall. I can also change my wall height to 40.5 inches, which allows for the 40.5-inch wall and the 1.5-inch countertop to be at 42 inches. I can change it from a wall to a construction line if you want to have it to where it's just for your placement zones. The other thing it allows me to do, it allows me to put my zone, change my inside zone or my outside zone. The importance of zones is as follows. If I were